It's not necessarily that I enjoy cycling by myself for so many days and no one. Uh, I certainly enjoy. Obviously, there's the kind of the testing yourself and pushing yourself, and I do kind of enjoy that. But you've got to really want to do it to be able to do that. But when I'm in the right mindset and when I want to do that, I really like it, and it's kind of a nice, peaceful bubble. And I quite like pushing myself sometimes. I really love to travel and explore these new countries. So the kind of combination of the two means that I end up liking these kind of events. So it's nice. It's kind of covering the need to travel and the competitive sort of racing nature that I can't really seem to get rid of, regardless of what I do. The fundamental thing is, above being a race, it's a journey for everyone. Essentially, you've got to finish the journey first before you can even think about winning the race. Everyone's got their own kind of journey, and some people might be up in the points end of the race. But the fact is that there's only ever going to be probably 5 or 6 guys who can ever win one of these things in a given field. So it's kind of more about your personal journey and kind of challenging yourself, and then you might have your own little sort of race within that. But I say that's the kind of the main thing about it. It's pushing your own boundaries and explore places that you wouldn't necessarily go to anyway. Even when I've sort of won these events and stuff before, the best part hasn't been the winning type thing. It's been kind of the eye-opening experience of, you know, traveling through different cultures, especially in the TCR. It's kind of, my eyes got open to Eastern Europe and those kind of places, and they're wonderful places. And I've been back since just to go back. The competitive nature is a part of it, definitely, but it's not the be-all and end-all of it. Not for me anyway, but I mean, it's got to be what you make of it, I think. I've made life fit around it, I guess. it's kind of, for me, that's how I've ended up. I've been very lucky. I mean, I've had some success with the TCR, so that's kind of opened a few doors, and I've managed to work within the bike industry for a while, and now I work from a family business, so I do have a lot of flexibility in terms of time. But essentially, the way I do a lot of these kind of events and a lot of travel, and I've kind of made it work for me, and yeah, so I guess it's kind of a lifestyle. I like to travel and explore these places, and I guess it's kind of almost normal for me to do these kind of events. So I do train quite hard, but I mean, I've done so many miles over the last few years that kind of I know I can ride a long way. So I'm not going to go out and do sort of 10-hour rides in the lead up to it. Not in England in the middle of winter, that's for sure. The hardest part is just getting over those initial nerves and biting the bullet and going for it and just starting. And once you start, it all kind of, it's not that difficult once you get going. The hardest thing is overcoming all these massive mental barriers. And once you've done it, you think, oh, that actually wasn't too difficult. I mean, it's not going to be easy. You know, it's going to hurt, and you're going to have bad times. You're going to have amazing high points. And then when you finish, you'll look back at it and you'll say, hey, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I did it. And it's kind of one of those things. It's once you get going and once you get into your rhythm, as long as you keep eating and drinking and looking after yourself, you'll be fine. And actually, the human body is pretty incredible. And if you can kind of like tap into that with your mind, you'll be fine. But for a lot of people, it's quite daunting. And don't get me wrong, I've lined up at these events before and you think, oh my God, what am I doing here? But as soon as you get going, it's fine. Obviously, I know how to ride a long way, and I know how to manage my body. And I've ridden in the heat a little bit, but not necessarily full-on desert, like in certain parts of Oman. But from what I gather, there's kind of fairly regular food stops. So I guess the main thing is just to kind of, when you're in a new environment like this, always be on the side of caution. So if you think you're going to run out of water and you happen to find like a shop or a gas station or whatever, just stop and top up with water. I guess that's the key thing. And always have a bit extra food. Don't think, oh, I'm going to save 10 minutes by not stopping at this shop, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And unless you're experienced in the desert or you know what's on the route, I'd always say kind of be cautious, because at the end of the day, you've got to finish the event first. If you're trying to go for a fast time, the first thing you've got to do is finish it and look after yourself and come out of it healthy. To be honest, you spend so much time on the bike that you're not kind of thinking about winning the whole time. There is a point in the day when you think, oh, it's just a nice bike ride, or, you know, you look at that view over there, or you just start thinking about other stuff. I mean, there is a certain amount of focus, picking up food or, sleeping, waking up early. they're the kind of things that will make you kind of have a faster time overall. But it's an enjoyable experience.